Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Football Talk. So we're going to talk about Manchester United, and we're going to talk about this latest uh, defeat, which I'm not surprised at. We are dreadful. We have a team with that's been, Amron has been left out to dry. I believe. He's just been absolutely shafted by the board. He's been left with no players. He had young players on the bench, a bunch of just kids, as I said before. It's like he's dealing with a crash. And it's a really difficult situation for him to be in. Awful result today. Spurs are dreadful. We're dreadful. They managed to have that little moment where it worked for them, where they had. I think Onana's got to do a bit better on it. He's got to push the shot out a little bit, but at the same time, it's not a bad save. The defenders don't react quick enough. And in that particular moment, Spurs capitalised. And we have struggle to score goals. So when that goal went in and we go behind, we usually find it very difficult to come back. And I just didn't see a pathway for us to score. We had chances. I think one of the if you start looking at the team in general, not we're not just struggling to play the system, but the players are just struggling to be able to be and live up to like any sort of standard that Manchester United have or had. We don't have a standard now. We're more like the Titanic. We know we hit the iceberg a long time ago and it is sinking. And I put this a lot of this is on most of this is on none of this is on Amarin for me. He's he's got nothing to work with. What's he meant to do today? Who's he meant to play in that centre midfield? We've got Bruno, we've got Casemiro. Neither of them are, Bruno's not a centre midfielder and Casemiro's legs are gone. Where are we meant to go from here? Maybe he says Sekakoni could have come in and played alongside Casemiro. I think that was possibly one option he could have looked at. But there must be a reason why they're not actually playing these kids. There must be a reason why Amarin isn't prepared to put them in just yet. I know he got put on Obi Martin for the last couple of minutes. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what that was about. I think maybe he thought there might have been 5 minutes tagged on to the end rather than just 3 minutes. So maybe he thought he might have got a few extra minutes out of there. Maybe he might have got something up front, but we couldn't even get the ball up in that direction. I think Xerxes had a decent game today. I think he worked well. He kept the hold of the ball well. He moved it well. And I think Dogru had a good game on the left side. But the rest of it was really, really just a struggle. It's a struggle to watch. I think defensively, I think Maguire and Delit done well. I think they held their own. I think Mazraoui was kind of pulled left, right, and centre by Son. He got skinned by Jed Spence a few times on that left side. And he had it was a difficult day for him. I don't think he had one of his better games. He's been very good for us all season, but today wasn't one of his better games. But collectively, we're just not doing well enough. I think Hoyland up front struggled. Again, the kid needs to be kind of taken out. Unfortunately, there's no one else to kind of come in and help him. And I don't mean that as in I think he's a bad player. I just think he just needs help up there, and we need an experienced striker. We don't have one. Ineos allowed Tell to join Spurs, and we needed another body up there. We let Rashford go. We let Anthony go. We've let Sancho go in the summer. Um, you know, Martial went in the summer, and none of these players were really replaced. We never really brought in replacements for any of them, and we're now showing that in our lack of depth with just kids being on the bench. And for me, that's all on the board. That's on Glazers. That's on Ineos. They've failed this manager. They brought this manager in. They give him an ultimatum. He came in. He's trying to play the way he wants to play. We are absolutely suffering from week to week because the players and people forget, like, these players were struggling under Ten Hag's system. And that was a system that apparently suited them. And now he wants to play a different style of football, a different way of football. And, these players are just incapable of kind of living up to any kind of standard at the minute. They're just Bruno is in midfield, but he's not. He's coming into the centre backs to pick the ball up to spray his Hollywood balls, which drives me absolutely insane. Um, he can't get a 5 yard pass. There was several occasions when he just couldn't play the ball to his man 5 yards away. Not just him, but there were others as well. We have problems all over the pitch, everywhere. It's like, where do you start? How does Rubin Amorim fix this? I actually don't even know if he's going to get time. I wouldn't be surprised if they got to the summer. I think the only reason why he's staying at the minute is because they financially can't afford to sack another person. And if they did, I can imagine the team would be up in arms, or the supporters would be. I'm a firm believer that Amarin is a very good manager. I believe that he wants to do all the right things. He's trying to say all the right things. He's just working in an impossible environment that is killing him. Absolutely, it's crucifying him. And maybe I get the impression he had no idea that when he picked up these players, he thought maybe some of them are decent. But with the injuries, which are severe and a massive setback to him, especially losing Ahmad, the bright spark of the season, that is absolutely crucified us. I didn't talk about it yesterday. There was breaking news everywhere. Everyone else has had their say. All I'll just say is, yeah, when I heard that, my heart sank and I just felt the season was over. And I just don't know how we achieve anything bar miracles from kids that come on and kind of live in the spirit of Manchester United. Maybe that's what they will do. Maybe they'll come in. Maybe there'll be no choice. I think hopefully for the next game, I'm not even sure who the next game is. I can't think off the top of my head. But whoever it is next weekend, maybe we'll have Collier back. Maybe we'll have Ugarte back. Maybe we'll have Manu back. Maybe we'll have a couple of players back. Not Manu, but Ugarte maybe and Collier at least to come in and stabilise that midfield. But going forward, still a problem. We can't score goals. We haven't scored goals all season. We didn't score many goals last season. And scoring goals has become a massive problem for us. We created chances today, that's for sure. Balls were whipped into the box, not by Dallo, the Mister I love to get to the byline and cut back, or I just won't put a cross in. I don't understand it. Dog grew on the other side, whipped in 3 or 4 excellent crosses, and then unfortunately there was no one there on the end of them. So I do believe we have had chances created. Bruno created some chances. I give him that credit for that, despite his ability to go missing in midfield. He is maybe is he the 10 that we need? I don't know because his legs are starting to go a little bit. At times I've seen him kind of jogging back when the old Bruno would have been sprinting back. And I think that, his ability to whip across in from dead ball is decent, but it's not great at times. At times he is pretty good, but there are other times he's not. For what he's paid, he should be getting. I think for the player that he is and the quality that he has, he should be doing a bit more. But he did put in some good crosses into the box, and no one took. Xerxes should have scored, and I believe that time he played in Garnacho's got to hit the target. I was filming a kids football today, and I've seen kids playing under nines and under 10. Under 10s games in the Manchester Youth Super League, which is just phenomenal. Phenomenal talent out there. In these leagues, and I filmed a couple of games that will be going up. Highlights will be going up on my other channel. Unbelievable talent, and boy, can those kids hit the target. And Garnacho, he's just got to hit the target. It's got to make the keeper work, because it's really disappointing that he's so out of form. I know the statistics show that in the last God knows how many games he hasn't got an assist or a goal in the Premier League, and I just think his form's gone. The lad's having to play a lot. We don't have any other wingers. I don't know what Amarin's supposed to do. It's just soul destroying, and I'm not even gonna get angry. There's no point. I didn't expect us to get anything from the game today, and we got. Oh, I thought maybe we'd get a draw, but we lost, and that's it. We are in trouble, and that the Titanic is sinking. It is absolutely sinking. Scott. The holes are everywhere. I don't know how Rubin Amorim plugs any of these holes between now and the end of the season, and not that relegation is on the cards at the minute, but boy, oh boy, are we in a precarious situation right now. And, people are going to start saying that Amarin's got to change the system and he's got to just get enough points to get us across the board, across the line, to make sure we're safe. Because at the minute, we're still in a bit of a sticky situation. I believe that he'll do just enough to keep us up and no more. And then we'll have to go into the summer and pray to God that Ineos and the Glazers find some money for this guy to give him some tools to work with, because otherwise, if he gets through the summer and he doesn't get any of the players, or if only gets 1 or 2 players, we're gonna suffer again next season. And then he, with Ineos and the track record, 6 managers, 6 years at Nice, he's gonna get sacked, and we're gonna start again, and we're gonna be on a bloody hamster wheel, or we're gonna be some carousel that we can't get off, and we're gonna be in trouble again, and we're gonna carry on and carry on. I don't know where this ends for any of us. And I just despondent, disappointed. It's just heart sunk. It's sunk to the bottom of the ocean with the Titanic going down. Yeah, brutal. So, yeah, that's where we are with it all. As I said, we lost Ahmad, and that was the end of it yesterday. Kind of killed me, and yeah, I don't know where we go from here. I don't know. The hope has sunk along with everything else. So, we'll roll on to the next game. We'll see what happens. And yeah, thanks guys. I'll see you on the next one. Give us a like, give us a subscribe on the way out if you don't mind. If it's all good with you, I appreciate it. And yeah, see you tomorrow.